on this Friday night for tonight's matchup featuring the Timberwolves of Norman North High School and your Blue Jays of Guthrie High School. Today's starting lineups for the Norman North Timberwolves. Leading off, the shortstop, number 7, Randall. Batting second, the catcher, number 5, Smith. Batting third, center fielder, number 2, Simpson. In the fourth spot, the designated hitter, number 16, Rapper. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 1, Scott. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 3, Vineyard. Batting seventh, the Timberwolves first baseman, number 20, Smith. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 10, O'Leary. Batting ninth, playing second base, number 9, Ray. Timberwolves are led by head coach Brian Ayler. And now the starting line for your Blue Jays. Leading off, second baseman, number 5, Bryce Robinson. Batting second, Blue Jays shortstop, number 23, Jackson Waddell. Batting third, the left fielder, number 17, Evan Kowalski. The Blue Jay cleanup hitter, playing right field, number 34, Cole House. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 32, Ashton Hartley. On the mound for the Jays, number 11, Nolan Gagnon. Batting seventh, playing third, number 13, Jacob Freeze. Batting eighth, the Blue Jay catcher, number 16, Zach Poplin. Batting ninth, playing center field, number 1, Brody Hinkle. Jays are led by head coach Casey Porter, assistant coach Eddie Day, Kenny Seifert, and Terry Bennett.
Downtown Guthrie. So glad to have you on board on a Friday night for Guthrie High School baseball tonight. The Blue Jays host the Class 6A Timberwolves of Norman North High School. Glad to have you on board. Blue Jays enter today's game with a 6-2 record. Norman North 3-4. These two programs have been playing over the last couple seasons, and they meet here today on March 16th. Norman North won this baseball game a year ago. Final score in Norman was 14-7. The Norman North Timberwolves a year ago were 28-8. They were a state tournament team and lost in the first round to Broken Arrow that game. But again, beat the Blue Jays a season ago 14-7. It's always fun to see Norman North come to town. They got a great coaching staff. Head coach Brian Ayler, and assistant coach and pitching coach and hitting phenom coach. He does a lot of it for the Norman North Timberwolves, and Brad DeLish. Blue Jays starting up today defensively. It is a little bit different due to circumstances, but this is how the Blue Jays line up in the outfield from left field to right field. Evan Kowalski gets the start in left field, Brody Hinkle in center field, and Cole House in right field. On the infield from third base to first base, Jacob Freeze, Jackson Waddell, Bryce Robinson, and Ashton Hartley. Blue Jay catcher today is Zach Poplin, and on the mound is southpaw Nolan Gagnon. Nolan 2-2 on the season. He's lost his last 2 ball games. after starting off 2-0. He's pitched 10 innings this year. He's given up 13 hits, 7 runs, 18 strikeouts, and 5 base on balls. Has an ERA of 4.90. And it will be a tall challenge for him today against the 6A Timberwolves. And again, Norman North 3-4 on the year, but Norman North, again, a Class 6A program, the numbers are a lot deeper than a lot of 5A programs. And so we will, and usually that, with more numbers, you usually see deeper pitching, and today Norman North will be throwing a southpaw and is headed to Seminole State to pitch next year for them. So the Blue Jays will see a good left-hander. Norman North will also see a good left-hander here. Nolan, a sophomore. Norman North's left-handed pitcher is a senior. And we are set for Blue Jay baseball. I'm glad to have you again here on this Friday afternoon. Great weather for it. Nolan Gagnon will look at the Norman North leadoff hitter, the shortstop, Randall, wearing jersey number 7. The first pitch of the ball game comes a little bit up in the zone at 4:56. Game time temperature 78 beautiful degrees. Winds are the west-southwest at 19 miles an hour, gusting at 28. The 1-0 pitch from Nolan is a bunt, well-placed bunt. Nolan, only player to field it, and he makes a nice, nope, just beating that one out. Thought maybe he was there, but it is a bunt signal for the Timberwolves leadoff man.
Number 5, Dalton Smith.
Two balls and 1 strike to the Norman North catcher, Smith, wearing jersey number 5, runner at first base. Nolan's 2-1 pitch on the way. Good part of the plate is a swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes after the bunt signal on the third base side. Small lead over there by Randall. The 2-2 pitch is outside for ball number 3. Norman North started the season 0-3, a couple losses in there to Edmond North. Right now 1-3 in district play as Nolan delivers the full count pitch. Ball lifted into right field. Cole House going back, still going back, and now the ball drops in front of him. And the runner was halfway, touches second, now he's headed to third. And the Timberwolves will have runners on first and third. Miscue out in right field will give the Timberwolves first and third with nobody out. Tipton to the plate. He's the center fielder. Comes up with runners on first and third. Again, the wind is blowing from left field to right field, and Cole House didn't really read it perfectly off the bat. Still probably should have made that play as it drops in front of him. And now Nolan's first pitch is up in the zone. The throw down to second will not be in time, and advancing from third to home is Randall, and the Timberwolves have an early 1-0 lead. So the error comes back to haunt the Blue Jays early in this ball game. 1 ball, no strike on Tipton. Nolan checks the runner, comes home. Pitch is in there for a called strike. Nolan got the tough loss in Woodward on Tuesday as the Blue Jays split that doubleheader with the Boomers as the next pitch is into center field, and it will drop in front of Hinkle. It's the second hit of the inning. The ball's cut off by Ashton in the middle of the diamond, and the Timberwolves once again will have runners at first and third. Still nobody out. Brody Hinkle gets the start in center field. normally the left fielder for the Blue Jays. Kowalski playing left field today, normally the first baseman, but the Blue Jays have a couple outfielders unable to play today. So that we have a different look here for the Blue Jay offense and defense. Jacob Freeze gets to start at third base, usually a spot that Ashton Hartley has controlled this year, but again, a couple missing players, and you have to move stuff around offensively and defensively. Here's a safety squeeze, and Norman North is going to bunt into, what looked like was going to bunt into an out, and Zach Poplin unable to hold on to the baseball. He was definitely out, there's no doubt about that, but Zach drops the baseball at the plate, and now Norman North leads this one 2-0. Raper, the designated hitter, reaches on the fielder's choice. That'll put Timberwolves on first and second. Scott to the plate, the fifth Timberwolves to come to the plate. He shows bunt and bunts it foul for strike number 1. Scott, the right fielder, wears jersey number 1 for the 6A Timberwolves. Norman North has shown small ball is on the up for grabs today as the big curveball misses there for ball 1. A bunt single to lead things off. And then a safety squeeze type bunt. Blue Jays had but dropped the ball. And now swinging away, it's a base hit to right field. That's the third hit. Runner at third touches the plate. The throw will not be made, and the Timberwolves now lead this one by a score of 3-0. Still nobody out. Runners remain at first and third. Tough start for the Blue Jays. First 3 batters of this inning have scored. The next 2 batters are on base at first and third. So a good start for Norman North. Vineyard comes to the plate, the left fielder. No one's been in the stretch almost this entire inning. Another bunt shown. This one bunt back to the backstop for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch is not made. It's thrown over to first base instead. Pitch into shallow center field. Brody Hinkle calls everybody off, makes the catch. Runner tags at third, stops halfway. It's a good throw, and the runner retreats back to third base, and that is the first out of this first inning.
First baseman, number 20, Brody Smith.
One out, runner at first and third. Nolan's pitch, runner takes off from first, throw down to second base, and once again the Timberwolves will come home and score on a simple throw down to second base. Jays don't cut it off. Jays let it go right through, and Norman North scores 2 easy runs on that particular play, and now lead this one by a score of 4-0. First pitch in there for a strike. Against the first baseman, Smith. Runner at second base. Next pitch is down low for ball 1. No one set for the 0-1 pitch. Checks the runner, comes home. Ball catches the inside part of the plate for a called strike. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss. That's the second out. Zach Poplin thought it was the third out, but just the second out, and the runner cruises into third base uncontested. Back-to-back outs, though, here in the first inning. Coming to the plate, is the third baseman, O'Leary. Jersey number 10 bats on the right side. Runner at third, 2 outs here in the top of the first line drive, base hit. And the Timberwolves lead this one 5-0. Scott comes home to score, so the first 5 Timberwolves who came to the plate come across and score here in the first inning. And now the 9th batter of the inning will come to the plate. Second baseman Ray, first pitch swinging, sends Brody Hinkle backwards, starting to plant the feet and make the catch. And the first inning mercifully comes to an end for Norman North, but they tack on 5 runs. They did that on 2, 3, 4 base hits, couple Blue Jay errors, and 1 man left on base. Half inning in the books, Norman North 5. Blue Jays coming to the plate. This is Guthrie Blue Jay Baseball.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
When you're hungry, here's a little trick. Jump in the car and head to Golden Chick. When it's gotta be great and it's gotta be quick, you gotta get your tenders at Golden Chick. Golden Chick, for the best chicken, you know what to do. Golden Chick, sides and rolls made fresh for you. Golden Chick, just one bite and you'll forget the rest. The original.
Norman North on top of the Blue Jays, 5-0. 1 inning in the book, 4 hits, 2 errors as well. Leading things off for the Blue Jays will be Bryce Robinson, followed by Jackson Waddell and Evan Kowalski. First 3 batters of the Blue Jay lineup. We will get to the rest of the lineup here in just a matter of moments. Bryce Robinson, Blue Jays second baseman, batting .407. 11 hits entering today's ball game. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Again, the starting pitcher today for Norman North is Hopkins. He's headed to Seminole State as a left-handed pitcher. Works in the stretch with nobody on base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Randall with it. Nope. Randall will have that one go into the outfield. So Blue Jays have their leadoff man after the Norman North error. Jackson Waddell to the plate. Blue Jays shortstop, jersey 23. Batting .560, leads the ball club in almost every single offensive category, including 14 hits on the season. Jackson shows bunt, kind of a self-defense bunt there as he bunts it to the Blue Jay dugout. For strike 1. Again, working the scoreboard on the screen here and trying to keep up with everything. Got to get used to it again. Throw into the dirt, but first baseman Smith able to dig that one out. Jackson Waddell. See if he swings away here or still trying to put down a sacrifice bunt. Down 5-0 here in the first inning. Curveball. Inside and down in the zone. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Bryce Robinson over at first base. Small lead over there as the pitch is delivered. It's outside and up for ball 2. Bryce Robinson improving on that on-base percentage. Entered with .500, so 50% there. That's a good job for your leadoff hitter now. Bryce has been in the 2 spot, but due to a couple players out of the lineup, Guthrie's had to move it around. Bryce Robinson on a hit and run, trying to swipe second base, and he's thrown out by a mile. Did he get over the tag? Did not, and it's a caught stealing. Jackson on a swing that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Jackson lifts this one foul toward the fire department. Jackson 14 hits on the year, 4 doubles, a couple triples, 11 RBIs and 8 runs scored. His on-base percentage at .560. He bumps up 1 spot in the lineup, usually at that number 3 spot, but at the number 2 spot and looks at a curveball down the middle, and it's a strikeout. 2 up and 2 down now officially for Norman North. That's a good pitch. Appeared to fool Jackson there, and now to the plate will be a left fielder, Evan Kowalski. Evan, 11 hits on the season. Has got 3 plays in game number 9 today. First pitch, curveball in there for a called strike. Brad Delish, the pitching coach for Norman North, will give the signs to the catcher every single pitch. Delish has done that for a long time. Both get that thing, the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and Evans quickly down in the count. Both Brad Delish and Brian Ayler, both Oklahoma State Cowboys, played for the Oklahoma State Cowboy baseball program, both at Norman North, coaching in Norman. A little bit different there. No balls and 2 strikes to K-Wow. Fastball up and away, but Kowalski fights that one off. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Evan batting .393 on the year, but down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes to a talented pitcher. Here's that pitch, and swung on and missed, and Hopkins picks up 2 strikeouts in the inning. Jays get on base to begin the ball game on an error, but later thrown out at second base. So 3 up and 3 down, no runs, no hits. There was 1 Norman North error, nobody left on base. We'll move to the top of inning number 2. Norman North 5, Guthrie 0. This is Blue Jay Baseball.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Moving to the top of the second inning here in Guthrie. Norman North Timberwolves back to the plate. On top of Guthrie by a score of 5-0. Leading things off will be the leadoff hitter. The shortstop, first pitch from Nolan, catches the inside part of the plate for a called strike 1. Grant Randall at the plate. Randall takes a ball there. Evens count 1 ball and a strike. Grant Randall singled with a bunt on the third base side, scored the game's first run. Randall, a junior shortstop, takes another ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. First 5 men in the lineup scored for Norman North. There's a ground ball. Jackson Waddell fields it. Be a tough throw, and we'll get out the speedy leadoff runner in Grant Randall for the 6-3 put out. So the inning off to a much better start.
Pitcher number 5, Dalton Smith.
It'll bring up Dalton Smith. Dalton reached on an error after Cole House was unable to fill that out in right field. He also scored the second run. First pitch he sees is outside for ball number 1. Nolan got his first 2 victories against Noble and Guyman as that ball is fouled back. Has lost the last 2, Duncan and Woodward. Nolan came in relief in that Woodward game. Got a tough loss in that one as the curveball is inside for another ball. Two one, misses down low. Parker Tipton on deck. Right back at Nolan, over his head and up the middle for the 5th base hit this afternoon for Norman North.
Now batting center fielder Parker Tipton.
Parker Tipton reached via the single in the first, also scored in the first. Center fielder for Norman North. Pitch is up in the zone. Ball outside. I mentioned Norman North off to a 3-4 start. Started off 0-3 with 2 losses to Edmond North and Lawton MacArthur. Got their first victory against Putnam City. Followed that up with a win over Yukon. Actually split their series with Yukon. There goes a runner on the hit and run. It's fouled off. Beat Yukon 5-4 on March 12th and followed that one up with a loss to Yukon the following day, 3-2. Defeated Moore yesterday, 15-4. In an error on that play.
Number 16, Cade Raper.
Score now 6-0. Cade Raper to the plate. Cade reached on a fielder's choice and scored. He's today's designated hitter. First pitch is ball 1. Next pitch is down low for ball 2. The inning. So now with 2 outs in the inning,
Right fielder number 1, Connor Scott.
it'll bring up the right fielder, Connor Scott, to the plate. Scott singled and scored in the first. First pitch is way outside for ball 1. Good crowd on hand here on this Friday afternoon. Norman North brought a lot of fans up from Cleveland County. There's a ground ball to Bryce Robinson. Could end the inning. Fields it going to a knee, makes the throw over in time for the 3rd out. Timberwolves, though, add a couple more runs here in the second. 2 runs. There were 2 hits in a Blue Jay error, and after inning and a half, Norman North in control of this one early on. Score now 7-0. We move to the home half of the second inning. Blue Jays need some runs. This is Blue Jay Baseball.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
When you're hungry, here's a little trick. Jump in the car and head to Golden Chick. When it's gotta be great and it's gotta be quick, you gotta get your tenders at Golden Chick. Golden Chick, for the best chicken, you know what to do. Golden Chick, sides and rolls made fresh for you. Golden Chick, just one bite and you'll forget the rest. The original and still the best. Golden Chick.
Home half of the second inning here for the Blue Jays. 4, 5, 6 part of the lineup. Leading things off will be Cole House as he looks at the first pitch from Hopkins. Low and away for ball number 1. Cole enters the ball game hitting .318 on the season with 7 base hits, batting on the left side. So we have a lefty-lefty matchup here. 0-1-0. Cole slaps the other way and picks up the Jays' first base hit of the afternoon. Leadoff man on base for the second consecutive inning. Good start for the Blue Jays in a attempt to come back in this one down early as Ashton Hartley will come to the plate. Ashton Hartley, 7 innings of work in Woodward on Tuesday to pick up the victory, a much-needed victory in district play for the Blue Jays. Getting through all 7 innings, and that victory is a nice off-speed pitch in there for a called strike. Ashton gets to start at first base today with Kowalski playing left field. Hopkins has shown he can throw the off-speed pitch at any time in the lineup, whether he's ahead in the count, behind the count. He hasn't been behind the count very often, as he's now ahead of Ashton. No balls and 2 strikes. Ashton trying to avoid his 9th strikeout of the season, trying to put it in play. Pitch lays off of that one, and that one outside for ball 1. Cole House, second base runner of the game for the Blue Jays as well. Bryce Robinson reached on an error before he was thrown out trying to swipe second base. Here's the pitch. It's a swing and a miss. 4-pitch out for Hopkins. Hopkins now with 3 strikeouts already in this one to bring up Nolan Gagnon to the plate. Blue Jay pitcher today also batting from the left-handed spot, as Cole House did. 10 hits on the year for Nolan. First pitch, curveball in there for a called strike. So Hopkins not only getting ahead in the count, but doing it with off-speed stuff. Nolan batting .500 on the season. There's a 1-2 pitch, or 0-1 pitch in there for a ball back into the net, into the microphone as well. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Catcher wants it outside. It gets a good part of the plate. Nolan strikes out on 3 pitches. So back-to-back strikeouts for the second time in this ball game for Hopkins. And now to bring Jacob Freeze to the plate. Runner at first base. Jacob looking for his first hit of the season. Be an impressive one here against the left-handed pitcher Hopkins, who starts this at bat with a fastball down low for ball number 1. Big breaker there. Inside part of the plate for a called strike. In Norman North a year ago, 28-8 state tournament. Lost first round to Broken Arrow. Inside fastball, called strike. Jacob now looking at a 1-2 strike count. Lefty-righty matchup, short lead over at first base by House. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, catcher drops the ball, and Smith will have to make the throw to first, and he does. And Hopkins strikes out 3 Blue Jays in the second inning after giving up his first hit of the ball game to Cole House. So we played 2, and Norman North continues to lead this one by a score of 7-0. Take a timeout. Top of the third we go. After this is Blue Jay Baseball.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the third inning we go here in Guthrie. Chris Evans with you on this Friday afternoon.
Leading off top of the third, number 3, Peyton.
Leading things off for the Timberwolves will be the 6th spot in the lineup. And Peyton Vineyard. First pitch of the third from Nolan Gagnon is high and tight, and actually too high and tight as he's hit by a pitch and runner at first base. And that's the way we begin the third inning.
First baseman Brooks Smith.
It'll bring Brooks Smith to the plate. Brooks Smith, the first baseman, struck out against Nolan in the inning number 1. First pitch swinging, and that one's fouled back for strike number 1. This will be the last game for the Blue Jays for a little bit. They'll be in the Chandler tournament next week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 0-1 pitch. Thrown over to first base. Meanwhile, Norman North will be going to the Gulf Shores, what do they call that? The Gulf Shores Classic. That's in Alabama. The Blue Jays are going to Chandler, and Norman North's going to Alabama. Throw down to second base is not in time. The ball will get into center field. And advancing from second to third base is Vineyard, and the Norman North Timberwolves are in business again. Nolan's 1-1 pitch, curveball. Over the head of Harley. Will it be fair or foul? It will be just foul. Just right of that right field line. Got now 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the top of the third inning. Norman North got 5 runs in the first inning. The first 5 batters who came to the plate scored. They tacked on 2 more runs in the second inning. Blue Jays have managed just 1 base hit and 2 base runners in the first 2 innings. Here's Nolan's 1-2 pitch. Great curveball, called strike 3. And Smith is down on strikes for the 2nd time in this ball game. Good pitch there by Nolan.
Third baseman
Piedmont undefeated in district play right now, 4-0. Then you have Guthrie and Woodward tied at 3-1. Carl Albert, perfect 2-0 in district play. And there's a swing and a miss on the pitch outside of the plate. For strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Blue Jay infield, in on the grass to cut the run off at the plate. 1-2. In there at the knees for a called strike 3. So back-to-back Ks for Nolan. And now the Blue Jay defense can go back to their normal position. With the 9th spot coming to the plate, it's going to be Landon Ray. First pitch swinging, popped up. Zach Poplin will give it a look, but it'll be out of the stands for strike number 1. Good curveball there by Noah. Now he's ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning. Blue Jays trying to keep Norman North off the scoreboard for the first time in an inning. Another curveball back at Nolan. He'll make the step and throw. It's a low throw, but it is made. And the Timberwolves are done in the third. First pitch hit the batter, but he's left at third. So for Norman North, no runs, no hits. There was one Blue Jay error and one man left on base. We will go to the home half of the third inning. Blue Jays still looking for that first run of the ball game. Timberwolves 7, Jay 0. This is Blue Jay Baseball.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Moving to the bottom of the third inning here in Guthrie. 8-9-1 part of the lineup. Zach Poplin, Brody Hinkle to get their first at-bats, and then it's back to the top of the lineup with Bryce Robinson. They'll be facing a talented left-handed pitcher in Holden Hopkins, 6'5", 190-pound senior. Getting set for pitch number 1. It's fouled straight back along the first base side for strike 1. Next pitch is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zach Poplin, 1 hit on the season, batting .250. Catching today, again, Zach's so valuable for this ball club as the next pitch is outside. He's played the outfield. He can play any spot on the infield. He can catch. He can pitch. He can play any position at any time throughout a ball game. Very valuable, especially when you have players in and out of the lineup. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch from Hopkins. It's down low for a ball. 3 balls and a strike. Blue Jays got their leadoff man on in each of the first 2 innings. Poplin trying to do it again here in the third. See if Hopkins offers that 3-1 fastball at the knees. It is, but it's inside for ball 4, and Blue Jays had their leadoff man once again on base. This time via the base on balls. Guthrie's doing it by an error, a base hit, and now a walk. Here comes Brody Hinkle to the plate. Brody had been at that leadoff spot, but down in the 9 spot today. See if he can get some better pitches, trying to get going here. Does have 8 hits on the year, just below 300 on the season, batting average-wise. As the first pitch he sees in there for a strike 1. As a leadoff hitter, you're going to see a variety of pitches, different locations. Typically in the 9 spot, you'll see more fastballs to hit. See if they can kind of get Brody Hinkle going as the ball gets off the glove of the catcher, and that allows Zach Poplin to move over to second base. So the Blue Jays have a runner in scoring position for the first time today. And now we will have a courtesy runner. Josh Raines will run for Zach Poplin. Again, Holden Hopkins, the left-handed pitcher. Expected to move on to Seminole State next year and throw for them. Junior college baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brody. Raines, the courtesy runner at second. Hopkins stares him down. Looks twice, comes home. Curveball, just inside. Bryce Robinson on deck. Hopkins, by the way, 5 strikeouts, 5 of the 6 outs have been via the strikeout. Here's the 2-1. This pitch is outside, so we've seen him lose a little bit of control so far in this home half of the third inning. Here comes the 3-1. Down low, ball 4. Jays have runners now at first and second. Back-to-back walks for Hopkins. Kind of cruising along in the first 2 innings. A little speed bump here in the third. Top lineup for the Guthrie. It's Bryce Robinson. Bryce reached on an error. Was caught stealing in the first. Hitting a touch over 400 is the right-handed second baseman. 11 hits on the year. First pitch, down low. So Hopkins has lost a little bit of control so far here in this third inning. Jay's trying to turn it into runs, and before anything else goes any further, pitching coach Brad DeLish will make a slow walk out to the mound and have a talk with him. Jackson Waddell on the on-deck circle. Blue Jays will again play 5:30 on Thursday of next week, so they'll have a nice little rest on spring break. They'll take on Noah. Other teams in that bracket is OCS and Lindsay. Blue Jays won that tournament 2 years ago. Blue Jays got a good mix of tournaments this year. Get to see some different teams in the Chandler tournament. It might be a smaller tournament, but there are some good teams in that tournament field. Then you got the Duncan tournament where you see some teams down in the Lawton Duncan area. Then of course the 89er Invitational here in April. Waddell pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes, you would certainly think. Bryce Robinson will have a take on here, although if it's a fastball down the middle, I see him jump on one. Hopkins has not thrown that pitch though here in this third inning. That one does catch the outside edge for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike, nobody out here in the third inning. Fastball popped up left side. Shortstop out, center fielder in. Tipton underneath it will make the catch. So a fly ball to center field for the first out will bring Jackson Waddell to the plate. Jackson struck out in the first inning. 14 hits on the year, batting from the right side. Comes up with Josh Raines at second base and Brody Hinkle over at first base. The first pitch from Hopkins is swung on back at Hopkins, could be 2, and Hopkins throws it off the glove of the shortstop into left field. Josh Raines will come home to score, and Brody Hinkle will move over to third base, and the Blue Jays are on the scoreboard. What looked like was going to be a double play turns into a fielder's choice for Jackson, a throwing error on throwing error or catching error on whoever Timberwolf he wanted to pick on. Regardless, Guthrie will take it no matter what. Blue Jays will now have runners at first and third. To the plate, Evan Kowalski. So the first ball comes back to hunt Hopkins for a run. First pitch swinging is Evan. He's down the count, no balls and a strike. That second walk now 90 feet away from scoring, and Brody Hinkle. Another off-speed pitch in there for a called strike. Wouldn't think Evan would get too many fastballs to hit. If there is a fastball thrown, wouldn't think it would be anywhere in the zone. We'll see what Hopkins has on his mind. 0-2 pitch. Another curveball, swing and a miss, and Kowalski is down for the second time on strikeouts. 2 outs, Cole House to the plate. Cole House got his 8th hit of the season when he singled to lead off the second inning. He was left on base though. Hopkins checks the runner, Waddell over at first. Jackson takes off on first movement. Throw to third, and it's off of Brody's back, and now he's going to go into home to score. Jackson Waddell alertly sees the ball in left field and goes into third base, and the Blue Jays are back on the scoreboard. 7-2 is now the score. So we see Norman North still second base to bring home a run, 2 runs from third base. Guthrie puts a man into motion. Norman North goes with the direct throw to third base. Tough luck for them. It hits Brody in the back, and he comes home to score. And a swing and a miss by Cole House, who's now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. So the Blue Jays with 2 runs so far in this third inning, and they've done it without collecting a base hit. 0-2 pitch. Way outside. Good stop by the catcher Smith to save another Blue Jay run from coming across. One-two. Curveball again in the dirt. Just off the back of the dirt. Not too far enough for Jackson to score. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A big gap for Cole House between right center field as the center fielder shades him to left field. Cole can rip this one. He can run for a little while. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Up and out for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Cole House. Ashton Hartley on deck. Pitch, ground ball, second baseman Ray up with it, throws it from the grass and makes the play for the 4-3 putout. And Guthrie is done in the third, but the Jays put 2 runs on the scoreboard. They do that with no hits in the inning. 1 big error for Norman North, and the Blue Jays leave 1 man on base. 3 innings completed here in Guthrie. Norman North 7, Blue Jays 2. This is Guthrie Blue Jay Baseball.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
When you're hungry, here's a little trick. Jump in the car and head to Golden Chick. When it's gotta be great and it's gotta be quick, you gotta get your tenders at Golden Chick. Golden Chick, for the best chicken, you know what to do. Golden Chick, sides and rolls made fresh for you. Golden Chick, just 1 bite and you'll forget the rest. The original and still the best. Golden Chick.
Top of the 4th inning here in Guthrie. We've officially played 49 minutes so far in this one. Norman North on top of the Blue Jays by a score of 7-2. As you see there, 7 runs for Norman North, 6 hits, 2 errors they've committed. Blue Jays 2 runs on just 1 hit. First pitch of the 4th inning from Nolan plunks the leadoff man, and for the 2nd inning in a row, Nolan hits the leadoff man. Dalton Smith, the catcher, batting in the 2 spot of the lineup, comes to the plate. Reached on an error and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second. So he scored 2 runs. Him and the on-deck batter, Parker Tipton, have each scored twice in this game. Nolan will throw over to first base. Speedy Grant Randall over there, sliding hands first back into first base. Norman North again started off 0-3 this year, but have won 3 of their last 4 ball games. There goes a runner, hit up the middle into center field. Takes a big hop. Brody Hinkle with a throw into third base, and that will slow Grant Randall, who was trying to force a throw today. Mentioned earlier, has also scored twice. Good pitch by Nolan, just misses though. Evens the count, 1 ball and a strike. Of course, with the extra hour of daylight, with daylight savings time, lights might not be needed tonight. There's a ball smashed into center field. Will it get down? It will not. It's a line drive at Brody Hinkle, trying to dump him off at second. And Bryce and Randall meet at second base at the same time. Bryce unable to glove it. Randall would have been safe anyway.
Number 16, Dave Raper.
So with 1 out, runner remains at first and second. It's Cade Raper to the plate, the designated hitter. Trying to steal third, and the ball goes into left field. And home comes Grant Randall. The throw will not be in time now, trying to go to third, and Jays will have the out at third base. Coach Brian Naylor does not like the call, but Norman North does play another run. Now there's 2 outs in the inning. As Dalton Smith is thrown out on the 2-5 putout. Nobody on base and 2 outs. Cade Raper remains at the plate. The pitch down in the dirt. Zach Poplin turned his head and umpire followed suit. Didn't want to get hit with that one. Nolan's next pitch is a ground ball. Jackson able to glove it if he can make the play. Cannot, but that is a good job of just keeping it on the infield and making it somewhat close at first base. And it's the second single of the inning for Norman North.
Right fielder, number 1, Connor Scott.
It'll bring Connor Scott to the plate. Connor Scott 1 for 2 with the run scored. Scott grounded out to Bryce Robinson to end the second inning. See if the same thing can happen here in the 4th inning. First pitch from Nolan is a curveball in there for a called strike. No balls, strike. Pitch from Nolan. At the knees, the delayed steal, trying to get to second base. Throw appears to be in time and is ruled safe at second base. So it's a stolen base for Cade Raper. Coach Casey Porter's wanting to know if he dropped the ball. I don't think he did drop the ball. Coach Porter's basically saying if he didn't bobble the ball, I think he's out. It's a short argument. But Nolan's just 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, too. Don't worry about the runner. Of course, Norman North puts the runner in scoring position. Main concern here for the Jays, though, is getting the batter. That's the main focus here in Connor Scott. Here's a 1-2 pitch, curveball, swing and a miss. Zach drops it. He'll have to make the throw to first. It's made that way, and the inning comes to an end in the top of the 4th inning. Norman North back on the scoreboard as they score once and take advantage of 2 base hits. There were no Blue Jay errors and 1 man left on base. We're halfway through this one, and we did it in 57 minutes. New score here in Guthrie, Norman North 8, Guthrie 2. Timeout. This is Blue Jay Baseball.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Home half of the 4th inning for the Blue Jays. First pitch to Ashton Hartley is ball number 1. Ashton Hartley 0 for 1 with a strikeout in his first at-bat against Hopkins. The shadows starting to take over on the infield and out in left field as well. Nolan struck out in the second, batting just below 500 now as the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Ground ball on the right side. Second baseman Ray will go with the short throw over to Smith for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays went 1-2-3 in the first, in danger of doing it here in the 4th. Jacob Freese to the plate. Jacob, a strikeout victim back in the second. Mentioned earlier, looking for his first hit of the 2018 season. First pitch from Hawkins is a check swing, half swing, however you want to describe that one, for strike 1. Hopkins gets the sign. Pitch is outside for a ball. Hopkins was dominant with his control in the first 2 innings, but has lost a little bit of that as this game has moved on. Walk 2 in the 3rd, both of those scored. Hopkins was getting ahead of batters with fastballs and curveballs, but kind of been behind the count in the last couple of innings. Evens this count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A pitch away from having another 1-2-3 inning. Still a solid outing so far for the southpaw. Looking for his first strikeout in this inning. He has at least 1 strikeout in every inning, and there it is with the curveball. And the Jays quickly go down in order in the home half of the 4th inning. We'll move to the 5th inning. Nothing working for the Jays in that inning. Norman North continues to lead this one 8-2. We go to the 5th. This is Blue Jay Baseball.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oaks, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the 5th inning here in Guthrie. Leading things off will be the 6, 7, 8 part of the lineup for Norman North, led by head coach Brian Ayler. It'll be Peyton Vineyard, Brooks Smith, and Luke O'Leary scheduled to come to the plate here in the 5th. We do know Peyton Vineyard will lead things off, and Nolan Gagnon begins 5th inning of work. First pitch from Nolan is outside for ball number 1. Oh, 1-0 pitch inside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. The Timberwolves put down another bunt, and it's a bunt up the third base line, and that's how we begin the 5th inning. Jacob Freeze gave it every opportunity to go foul. Does not go foul, and Norman North picks up their 9th hit of this ball game. 4 hits in the first, 2 hits in the second, 2 hits in the 4th, and a leadoff bunt in the 5th. Coming up to the plate will be number 8, Bobby Foster. It'll be
Now batting number 8, Bobby Foster.
pitch hitting for Brooks Smith. Bobby Foster, 5'9", 170-pound senior. He's an outfielder. Bats right, throws right. He'll get the pinch hit here in inning number 5. First pitch up in the zone, and a stolen base for Peyton Vineyard. Next pitch, foul back into the backstop. Evens count, a ball and a strike. Undefeated teams in Class 5A baseball. Duncan remains undefeated. Came in here last week, defeated the Blue Jays. They're 7-0 on the season. Like MacArthur with a win over Norman North, also undefeated. 6-0 as a curveball comes across the strike. Nolan now ahead to count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bishop Kelly, the only other undefeated team in Class 5A baseball. And Nolan hits his 3rd batter of the ball game. First and second for the Timberwolves. Nobody out here in the 5th inning. Luke O'Leary comes back to the plate. RBI single in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. Gets his 3rd at bat. Against Nolan, he shows bunt, pulls it back for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The pitch shows bunt. Again, way outside for ball 2. Class 6A baseball, Edmond North undefeated, 6-0. As is the Owasso Rams, 6-0. So only 2 undefeated teams in 6A baseball. Season about 2 weeks and a few days old. 2 balls and no strikes. Another bunt shown but pulled back as Nolan has missed wide 3 pitches in a row. In danger of walking them full for the 9th spot in the lineup on deck. 3-0 pitch. I'm sure we'll see a fake bunt pulled back. Nope, he's going to hold on to the bat, and it's ball 4. Bases are loaded. Still nobody out. Coach Casey Porter will make the walk out to the mound. We'll see if we'll have a pitching change here as Nolan has yet to record an out here in the 5th. He gave up a single to begin the inning and then hit a Timberwolf, and now has walked another one. Looks like indeed we will have a pitching change. So we'll take a brief timeout, come back, set all that up for you, give you the new changes after this. Norman North 8, Guthrie 2, but the Timberwolves with the bases loaded, nobody out when we return.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
New pitcher in the ball game for the Blue Jays will be Jacob Freeze. Jacob Freeze will move from third base to the mound. Nolan Gagnon will go from the mound to first base, and from first base to third base will be Ashton Hartley. Jacob Freeze has thrown an inning in the third this year. Jacob's given up 1 hit, 1 run. Has walked 3, struck out 1. ERA sits at 5.25 as he comes with a big challenge on his hands here. Base is loaded for Norman North. Nobody out. 9th spot in the lineup is Landon Ray. He's 0 for 2, flew out to Brody in center, and then grounded out to Nolan at the mound. In at both innings, the first and third inning. If he ends the inning here, that'd be pretty cool. It'll be a triple play more than likely, as the first pitch is down low for ball 1. Could have a line drive back to the pitcher and get 2 guys off the bag. There's a swing and a miss. Just want that first out, though. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a good-looking ball cap in the stands. Curveball just misses for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Good crowd here tonight. Great crowd, actually. 2 balls and a strike. High and tight for ball 3. I thought the same thing there as Landon Ray stayed in there the entire time thinking it was going to break over. Never did. And a little chin music. 3 balls and a strike now. Jay's got to avoid walking in and run here. Grant Randall singled and scored. Hit by pitch and scored. Also grounded out to Jackson in the second. One out, ground ball can get the Jays out of this pinch here in the 5th. Jacob begins the at-bat with a curveball for ball 1. We'll have Nolan's numbers officially once this half inning is over with. He's responsible for all 3 runners on the bag as Randall takes the pitch, called for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Righty-righty matchup. Inside for a ball. Charles Redmond and Stephen Kolsheen, also the assistant coaches, along with Brad DeLish for Brian Ayler at Norman North. Pitch just inside. Grant Randall upset they didn't take that pitch. That would have scored a run. 3 balls and a strike. Got to come fastball here, and hopefully it's a ground ball. There it is. There is a ground ball. Bryce Robinson will not look at second. He'll make the throw to first for the 4-3 put out, but coming home to score is Peyton Vineyard. Other runners move to second and third. Now 2 outs in the inning.
Dalton Smith.
Score now 9-2. Dalton Smith, the Norman North catcher, fouls the first pitch off for strike number 1. Smith has been on base all 3 times, has scored twice, 2 singles to go with that as well. Single in his last 2 at-bats. Of course, all 3 of those at-bats coming against Nolan, getting his first look here at Jacob Freeze. Ball along the way, evens the count at ball and a strike. Jays would be somewhat lucky just to give up 1 run here. Bases were loaded with nobody out. Still a tough out at the plate. Inside fastball, called strike. Good pitch there by Jacob, and now Jays just 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam here in the 5th inning. Jacobs 1-2. Slapped in the right field, base hit. That will score 1. The second runner following touches third, comes to the plate. Throw is made, but not in time, and it's a 2 RBI base hit. And now Smith is called out at first base, got too far out. And he is tagged out at first base, but the Timberwolves score 3 more times in the inning. And now have a 11-2 lead. We'll move to the home half of inning number 5. Guthrie down 9 runs. This is Blue Jay Baseball.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand.
For the Jays, Zach Poplin will lead things off as he did in the 3rd inning. Zach walked and scored the Jays' first run in that 3rd. As the next pitch is off the plate, we have a new pitcher in for the Timberwolves. It's quickly 2 balls and no strikes. New pitcher for Norman North is Brooks Smith as he makes the move over from first base to the mound. But he's behind the count, 3 balls and no strikes. There's a pitch in there for a called strike. Zach trying to reach on base for the 2nd time in 2 tries. 3-1 pitch in there for a called strike. Run once again for Zach Poplin as the courtesy runner. First pitch from first pitch from Smith is in there for a called strike. Got to be careful with that curveball up into the zone. Kind of left that one hanging for a little bit. There's a fastball down the middle for a called strike, and now Brody is down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, 3-pitch strikeout for Hinkle. One out runner first. We move to the top of the lineup. Bryce Robinson in that spot today. Been on base 1 out of 2 times today. Flew out to center field his last at bat as he gets his first look here at Smith. Brooks Smith, 6'1", 250 junior. Norman North primarily made up of juniors and seniors, about 50-50. They do have 2 sophomores on the roster. First pitch to Bryce for a strike. Next pitch, down low. Next pitch is inside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike on the right-handed batting Bryce Robinson. Snap throw to first, not in time on a pitch outside. Next pitch in there for a called strike. Saw a cool play by a catcher. I believe it was spring training. Catcher basically received a pitch and didn't even look at first and made a snap throw to first and picked a runner off as that pitch is fouled off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Caught the ball, didn't even look at first, but threw it to first, and the guy was not even close to being safe at first. It was pretty cool. Pitch on Bryce, slapped, chopper, third baseline, fielded across the diamond for the 5-3 putout. And with that, now there are 2 outs in the inning as Josh Raines advances from first base to second base on the 5-3 putout. And Smith will throw 3 batters, get 2 outs, and will exit stage left. And a new pitcher coming in will be number 13, Jackson McCormick. And we will take a timeout, come back, see if the Jays can get some runs here in the 5th as time is beginning to run out. This is Blue Jay Baseball.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
We get a new pitcher for the Norman North Timberwolves, number 13, Jackson McCormick. We can officially give the stat line for Nolan, who is in danger of dropping his 3rd consecutive game. Nolan threw 80 pitches today. 43 of those were strikes. 4 innings pitched today, gave up 8 hits, 11 runs, but only 1 of those runs were earned. Struck out 4, walked 1, but hit 3. So here we go, Jackson Waddell. Runner at second base, 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Jackson 0 for 2, fielder's choice, and a strikeout. And this one's the first pitch is outside for ball 1. And Blue Jays will not be in action until next Thursday on spring break when they take on the Chandler tournament. Jackson fouls that one off. They'll play Noah, and that game will be 5:30 over in Chandler. Always a fun tournament over there. Up the Turnpike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch. Jackson waves at that one. He's down the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the run rule is 10 after 5, so we will definitely play at least a 6th inning. Ball's outside on Jackson. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, Jays with 2 runs. We are in the home half of the 5th inning. 2-2 to Jackson. It's outside for ball 3. Evan Kowalski on deck. The 3-2. Upstairs, ball 4. Jackson with a lengthy at-bat there will put runners at first and second.
Now batting for the Blue Jays,
Josh Raines at second, Jackson Waddell at first. Kowalski 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but that came against the starting pitcher, Hopkins. He'll get his first look here at McCormick. First pitch to Evans, a fastball in there for a called strike. One curveball. Evan fooled on that pitch, and he's down in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Cole House on deck. Fastball well outside the zone. Don't want to throw a strike there. You want to make it a little bit closer than that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. See if the Timberwolves go back to the curveball. Fastball again, way outside. The McCormick, that's a sign of trying to overthrow the baseball. Two balls and 2 strikes. McCormick set, delivers. Curveball in the dirt, swung on, and the T-Wolves will have to make the throw to first, and they do, and Kowalski's now 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in the inning. Comes to an end in the 5th. Blue Jays got a leadoff base hit by Zach Poplin. Can't do nothing with it. No runs. There was a 1 base hit. There were no Timberwolves errors, and the Blue Jays leave 2 men on base. 5 innings, and that's the ball game. We are playing 8 after 5 officially today, not 10 after 5, and so Blue Jays will drop this ball game by a final score 11-2. We'll take our timeout. When we come back, wrap it up here tonight from Squires Field. This is Blue Jay Baseball.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
When you're hungry, here's a little trick. Jump in the car and head to Golden Chick. When it's gotta be great and it's gotta be quick, you gotta get your tenders at Golden Chick. Golden Chick, for the best chicken, you know what to do. Golden Chick, sides and rolls made fresh for you. Golden Chick, just 1 bite and you'll forget the rest. The original and still the best. Golden Chick.
Welcome back, Squires Field here in beautiful downtown Guthrie. Chris Evans with you here as the Norman North Timberwolves improved to 4-4 on the season as they take down the Blue Jays in 5 innings tonight. Final score of 11-2. Blue Jays are now 6-3 on the season. Blue Jays won their first 5 ball games, but have now lost 3 of their last 4. It is spring break time for the Jays. So much time needed off until they resume action in Chandler on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Norman North, as expected, a state tournament team from a year ago, 28-8 from a year ago. Impressive as they scored 5 runs in the first inning, 2 runs in the second inning, and really that was all they needed as they picked up an extra run in the 4th and put the staple on this one in the 5th when they scored 3 times. Norman North, as you see there, 11 runs on 10 hits today, and Blue Jays commit 4 errors. Left 4 men on base. Norman North just with 3 men left on base in 5 innings of play. Official game time, 1 hour and 26 minutes. So Blue Jays will need to regroup from this one. Kind of forget about this one. Again, Norman North, a good ball club, and they will be another team that can qualify for the 6A tournament. Of course, the Blue Jays are good enough to qualify for the 5A state tournament, but they've got to figure some things out offensively and defensively moving on from here. Nolan Gagnon, today's losing pitcher. He's lost 3 in a row, but really not completely his fault, as he threw 4 innings today, gave up 8 hits, 11 runs, but of those 11 runs, only 1 of those was earned. He had 4 strikeouts, did hit 3, and walked 1 as well. That's one thing he will want to correct here in the early part of the season. The sophomore threw 43 strikes and 37 balls this afternoon. Again, final score for the final time here inside Squiresfield on a Friday night, beautiful Friday night. Game time temperature 78 degrees today. Norman North Class 6A Timberwolves take down the Class 5A Guthrie Blue Jays. Final score 11-2. Appreciate all of our great Blue Jays sponsors, and of course you, the great fans out there, for watching us here tonight. And we will hopefully bring you Thursday's game in Chandler next week. It is the wife's birthday next weekend, so I'm day-to-day on Friday and Saturday. So we'll see. We'll share all that information on Guthrie Sports page. So until then, have a great night, have a great weekend, and as always, go Blue Jays.